Up to the top. There we go. And dude, if we can just start doing that on repeat, job done. Down the line of your feet longer. Get your hands going down the line of your feet longer in their takeaway. Yes, just the hands. Get that club right down the line. That's close. Let's take a look at this. Come here.
The head dips a little bit.
See that? And here's the thing. I don't want, remember, we don't want to get everything too far behind you in the backswing. We want it to be out in front of your chest. Look what in front of your chest is. Here.
Yeah.
This is not, right? So this is, again, that combo, no good right here. Okay, so I want to see you keep that, really work to keep the chin. You got to exaggerate it. It's going to feel like it's going up and away right now. It's going to feel like it's legitimately moving 2 inches up this way in your backswing. You're going to feel like you're going like this. I remember I had to have a thought like my nose was following the golf club. This is a crazy thought. My coach gave me this, and I'm not going to forget it because it opened up my turn so much to where I stopped hitting these really weak shots that were getting stuck right here, and it really helped me just, even though I felt like I was going like this, that thing was just staying rock solid, and I was just turning better. It opened up my turn. Think about it like this. If the target's over here, and I turn my head this way, and I try to take a backswing, I mean, there's no rotation. If I go like this, watch. That's why I always tell people don't look at it so much when you rehearse it. You know, when you're looking at it, it just changes the whole feel, changes the range of motion, the mobility. So what's big for you is you need to do that.
Okay.
What's more important is this. Hop back here. We don't want this line to scare you from being in here early. That's not good. We want you to be still out in front of you and down the line of your feet, and then right on. Remember, this is right on your shoulder plane. So your arms should practically be hitting this, and then it would work underneath. Does that make sense? Let's hop in there. Let's just like this guy over here. Let's rehearse it right now, okay?
So am I almost feeling like I'm like here?
You really need to. I mean, not so much in your setup as much as you do it like in your swing.
And guess what? Nothing changes here. No risk.
You can back up a little bit, back up with the ball, like bring that right there. There you go. And now try to get your left arm more on that line. There you go. That felt weird, didn't it?
So good. It's just so different.
It felt so.
Yeah, come over here again.
Can you feel the difference in how you turn more?
Just slow it down. Just here. You're not going to get it all done at one time. You're going to go up like this, and guess what was guaranteed going to happen? Right on top of it. Yeah, there's a guarantee. Okay, so you need to take a second and go through your process. Make sure that you get that golf club up in front of you, hands up in front of you, and then work that golf club underneath. Boom, and then work it under there. Yeah, there we go. So you're not attacking the problem area there. Attacking the problem area wouldn't be that stop go anymore, because you're coming in real steep right now. So chin up, take it back. This is the problem area.
Okay.
Right? Wrong timing on Mike's part. Look at the purpose of what we're trying to do.
What do you feel there?
Not come in steep.
Yeah.
Not stand up and get this way. To bring it in under. Under. Butt of the club at the ball. And then turning around. Right? What's that?
Pause.
I'm looking at you doing I'm trying to get you to do exactly what I'm doing. Okay. And that's why his timing was ill-placed on his comment, because I'm trying to not put speed in this right now. I'm trying to actually get you to do it literally. And that's like him going to come from really slowing it down. So watch. Here, I'm going to give you the literal, okay?
Can you feel the difference it does? What do you feel most different in it?
There we go.
The very thing that's going to fix your transition sequence is going to be that pause.
Remember what your number one thing you're here for is. That's not for your backswing. That's for your downswing, right? The only thing in your backswing is softening your elbow, keeping the arms and hands out in front of you.
I just
But
can't get moving here.
you can't. That's a number one thing, with your chest out in front of it, right? So the right side of your body spins right out, and everything goes straight out to the golf ball. There we go. Different. Look at this. This is great timing. I took the swing late, but let's compare this to our first video yesterday.
Pause stop, right? Pause stop. Anytime you feel anything off with the top, anytime you feel anything
Was that last video?
This was the last video.
Oh, okay.
in the swing, it would be immediately right for that.
This was in your bloody outfit yesterday. This guy shows up yesterday, just starts getting a full nosebleed.
Got pushed.
Okay, do you see the difference there, though?
Yeah.
I mean, so look at this. Look at the golf club, where it is according to your form. So it's going to come down very steep, and it comes down outside your hands.
Right.
Not a good spot to be right here heading into impact, because this is where the path is going to get across the ball. See that?
Yeah, I see it
And
with my hands.
big pulls and cuts, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to you. So obviously much more down the line right here. So what's nice about this position, your lower body is more square. Let's go back. Lower body is more square, club's less outside,
Yeah.
right? So what's going to happen is between the golf club being more on plane, you have to think about it like this, right? The angle you create here, just like a door hinge, it's on plane to the golf ball. Any other plane would be out here, left, underneath, right. So just on plane, we have that spot down. Well, what that does is it allows you to turn harder around your spine angle and around your left side.
Right, yeah.
And that's the point. The big thing was you would get very jammed through impact when you come down as steep as you do, and when your chest outraces it, you then have to really hop up at the bottom, and then the hips start to get this look right here versus that constant rotation to help you scrub the face, right?
Okay.
That's our goal. So remember that when I say the problem area of the swing and why I wanted to give you a little bit of a hard time there, because I saw you do it so well yesterday, but don't work yourself away from it. Your only goal in the backswing is keeping your chin up and making sure the hands stay out in front of you. Don't work them too underneath. Don't overdo anything. Just left arm down the line on the shoulder plane.
Was I kind of overdoing it?
Absolutely, yeah.
getting way
Yeah, just keeping everything together. Yeah, just overdoing it, right? So just keeping it more in front of you, right in front of your chest. And then right here's the issue. Get your lower body active. Get the right knee behind the left a little bit. Get your chest looking at your hands. That's the feeling from the ground up right there of what's going to keep your body facing your hands before you rotate around your left side. We just need a little bit more of that at the top of your swing in transition, okay? Remember, that's what you started doing yesterday when you did that, because your arms are so far behind your body, right? So you have to make sure that those arms are coming down in front of your body as you rotate. Down in front. There you go, right?
So I got to be patient here.
Yes.
So I don't.
That's why it's all good. Hey, you know what's cool? You know, if I just sat you down for 1 second and broke you through it and ran you through it, you'd get it in a minute, just like yesterday.
Yeah.
But the big thing is, I want you to put the pieces together yourself.
Yeah.
I want you to, because when I'm not around, you need to make sure these checkpoints stay in place. Chin up with the left arm down the line of your feet. Stay right there. Let's do it together. Chin up.
How was your chin feel?
Left arm down the line of your feet.
Go, right? Yeah, absolutely. You can see that, right?
Turn, put the club on plane, up plane, and then they're still looking at each other right here, chest and hands, and then boom, right around that left side. The reason why I like doing the left hand is the left hand allows you to feel like your left arm is out in front of your chest, left of your sternum, not trailing behind it. Okay? Up to the top. There we go. And dude, if we can just start doing that on repeat, job done. What's great about these guys is they both have great golf instincts. They know how to practice. They know how to score. That's the good news. They're both just in need of some tweaks to make their ball striking a lot more consistent. So what's not, look at that right there, huh? How good is that? See, it's not, it wasn't far off at all. It just needed to be a couple reminders. Don't lose your backswing purpose. Here's what the backswing always is, not just today, what it always is.
Right.
What you need to feel more of was the chin up, if anything.
Yeah, because that's getting here and I get so stuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Then what's the main thing in the back, and in the whole swing? The main thing is 100%. Absolutely, absolutely. That's our ultimate goal. We get in the slot, swing just really takes left out of play.
Okay, perfect, right? And same thing, like I said, the second you go fast in the backswing,
Very close.
the awareness of punch to the clubhouse.
I don't mind that. Remember we talked about if yeah, this is exactly where we started yesterday when we first were getting after this. And this is cool. It's not a problem to have to put this on repeat. You know, it was your first session yesterday. So this is nice. So we're changing for you. You know, he's changing a lot. You're changing a little bit, but it's still a lot. Here's a big thing. Hands out in front of your chest. Boom. Chin up. If the chin stays up, your backswing actually probably would have been just fine. The only separation was happening just because of the fact that it got a little extra long at the top and your chin was really dropping down. And really what we should be looking at was where he started yesterday. He started with a setup that had the real low left hip. Spine angle was almost kick forward like a K, not the reverse K that we preach. Reverse K, just that simple inch hip bump forward that engages instep, outstep a little bit, keeps the person centered, but also creates a slight spine angle that helps that golfer turn tightly around, right?
Yeah.
Helps turn behind the golf ball without having to move off the ball. We were here, boom, right into a position where we were reverse pivoting. That's the dropping forward that we saw and that extra length at the top.
Because I literally could not get.
Absolutely.
Turn.
Yeah. And that's where you're so jammed, right? That's where it's all, where am I going from there, right? But here, we're freeing you up and getting you to turn on this shoulder plane. That's where your shoulders just, boom. From here, right back around. So everything's just there, right back around, right? So it's just important to understand that. Now, we get in here. We get everything out in front of us. We're here. We know where we need to be. And then from there, it's turning right through. The reason I like taking some swings from right here for you is the only way to hit that anywhere is to make sure that it all is facing each other. Because the minute that's like this, it's so hard to get any pop on that. So why are we hitting it right? Because of the new and improved path of your swing.
Because it's coming from.
But the last thing that I left out, because I still am all hung up on the backswing and downswing, because I want you to make sure you nail that. Yes, you are now allowed to continuously turn, just like this guy over here, keeping that left pocket moving back, doing what you need to square the face up. There you go. That's putting it all together. Yep, got them. And you guys probably would both consider me very not patient. Impatient is the word for that, right? But I have become a lot more patient because I know I just like making sure you have a step-by-step process, especially when you're making a change for both you guys. Here's my takeaway, here's my turn to the top. It's not that hard if you break it down like that. And here's my feeling through the golf ball. That's just something that, we have to build up. And then what you guys do is you do these little drills that we're doing now, and you then understand that rhythm. It's the glue that sticks the whole golf swing together. So you're gonna have to make sure that you come up with a rhythm that then allows you to continuously feel that feeling.
Yeah,
now,
right.
sometimes that starts out with me having to start with it like this. Just to be able to feel exactly that motion that I'm trying to feel, but do it all in one motion, right? So if I'm trying to really get underneath into the inside, right? You can see I got up there, real patient, and tried to feel the opposite of what my tendency would be. And that's where I think that for you, what's nice about that is you have a couple things that will help you with understanding this transition and the feeling that you'll need to feel, but also what your body has to do to square up that club face. And that's where you feel like from this position, that's what's going to allow you to continually move around that spine angle of yours, okay? That's what squares that face up.
Teach differently, like, where's your process a little differently for students that are out of town versus students you can see more consistently?
Absolutely, you know, because the ones I see more consistently, you know, it's more of, it's a little more touch and go with making sure the big pictures is staying in order, but it's a little different in that hour lesson. I don't feel the same need to give them the entire plan when they're here local. But when they're coming from out of town, we do a good job of communicating with our guys when they're at least leaving. You know, through text message, we do the best we can to get right back and make sure they're on the right stuff. But it's really important that they leave with the big picture. And it's smart when out of towners typically don't do 1 hour, you know, multiple hours. And what we can do is you just go through the process. But what's great is our players leave with a clear understanding of just what happens here and what happens here. And that's what, you know, by the end of the day, it might sound at first like, whoa, maybe I can't do that no. Like anybody who's here in front of us, everybody gets it done. You know, we will make sure that those pieces come together and by the end of the day are just 1, 2. Only mistake happening right now is you're swinging hard. Like that, I mean, there's no need. Like you should be hitting these like 25 yards out in front of you. Just perfect technique.